CJ Uzoma spoke of injuries. "I won't miss the most important game of my life." Asked point blank if he was going to be able to play in Super Bowl LVI Cincinnati Bengals tight end CJ Uzoma wouldn't guarantee it, but the Auburn alumnus did say during a Monday press conference that he was not missing the biggest game of my life. Uzoma sustained a medial collateral ligament sprain in his left knee during Cincinnati's 27-24 overtime victory against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game on January 30th. More NFL times. Which college conference has the most former players in Super Bowl LVI times? How did the state's players perform in Sunday's Pro Bowl times? Pro Bowl winners receive bigger checks than Super Bowl losers. Day to day, Uzoma said of his playing status for Sunday's Super Bowl, "My mind is yes, but for the sake of everyone else, I'm just going to say day to day." The Bengals will square off against the Los Angeles Rams for the championship of the NFL's 2021 season at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time Sunday at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. "It's the Super Bowl," Uzoma said. "I'm doing everything I can. I don't really care too much about how I'm feeling, to be honest, when I'm out there." Talking to Nick, asking him, like, "Hey, if I'm doing this, is this going to affect anything? Is this going to just hurt, or is it going to be structural, whatever?" When he gives me the answer, then I'm like, all right, cool, and my mind's made up. I'm just going to do it. To me, I'm not missing the biggest game of my life. I'm not missing it. That's my approach going into every day of rehab. If I wake up and I'm like, oh man, it's a little sore, it doesn't matter. Right when I get to that building, right when I put my feet on the ground, it's go time. Let's get this rehab going. Let's do everything I can to make sure that I'm ready and available to play. So that's kind of where my mind is. Uzoma worked with the Bengals training staff to come back from a torn Achilles tendon that limited him to 2 games in the 2020 season. He said the staff's rehab work had him on the mend again. "I'm feeling great," Uzoma said. "I spent a lot of time with Nick and the staff rehabbing the Achilles injury that I had last year, so I kind of knew what I was getting into and what I was going to get out of hanging out with Nick and Berto and that staff. But it's been a grind. It's been a lot of early mornings, late nights of just rehabbing and fighting through some stuff. But I feel really good. I feel really, really good." In the 2021 season, Uzoma reached career highs with 49 receptions for 493 yards and 5 touchdowns. In Cincinnati's first 2 postseason games in January, Uzoma caught 13 passes for 135 yards and 1 touchdown before getting hurt in the first quarter of the AFC Championship game. While the injury kept Uzoma from returning to the game, it couldn't prevent him from returning the bench for the second half or joining his teammates' post-game celebration, despite his crutches. "I was carted off the field," Uzoma said, "and I had tears in my eyes because I wasn't being able to play moreso than just the pain. I was upset I wasn't going to be able to go out there and compete with the guys and help on the field and win the AFC Championship. But after halftime, they were like, you should probably stay in here and keep your leg elevated and all this. But I was like, nah, I want to be out there with the boys, and I want to be able to support and cheer them on when we win. And that's what I was able to do, and I'm blessed that I was able to get back out there and be on crutches and support the boys as they did their thing and ultimately won the game and put us in the Super Bowl. I was super bummed at first, and then immediately at halftime my mindset switched to just be a vocal leader, be support in any way that you can. I'm not going to be on the field, but I can give advice, I can talk to the guys, I can cheer them on and root them on, so that's kind of where my mind went." For more of all.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Anabanet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at @AMarkG1.